from what should be an excellent matchup between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Oakland Raiders. I'll be back at halftime to look at some of these stats and scores from Sunday's action. But for now, it's Monday Night Football. And to call the action, here are Brandon Godwin and Charles Davis.
Thank you, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Oakland, California. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it.
I have Derek Carr as a starter, so
I don't know what. Between our visitors and the Oakland Raiders. Hi again, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at the Raiders here entering play. The losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are.
Try to
ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Chargers, they were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
2 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in Week 3. Fielded about a yard deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. So here comes the Raiders offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by their quarterback out of Fresno State. It's the Pro Bowler, Derek Carr.
And he made both sides happy last week, didn't he?
Yeah, 3 and 3.
I mean, his guys, they caught 3 touchdown passes, but he threw 3 interceptions. Yeah, get off of that schneid and get back to just throwing touchdown passes and taking care of the ball better.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away.
Yeah, we lost by 4 points.
That's not the reason the game was
24-28 versus the Chiefs. That was a pretty good game.
Consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're open to do it consistently here. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down.
Now, the good thing for you is you're not as old as I am, okay? So true. So back when the dinosaurs roamed the earth, the right side of an offensive line was almost always your power side. Your bigger, stronger, physical guys. But on this play, they tossed it right and looked like it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, but that's not the case so much anymore, you're saying, with the bigger guys?
Not necessarily.
You just find the best guys, plug them in on your O-line.
Right. As a general rule now, you're a lot more balanced on your offensive line. And they still lean towards your best pass blocker on the left side. Not necessarily all the time.
Great gains back-to-back. Last time over 30 yards, better than 20 here. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. Carr almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on his first drive.
No, Carr, no interceptions on that, bro.
And the offensive starters here for the Raiders.
And the play of this offensive line is going to tell a big story. And right now, if you're a fan of this team, you're loving the story that they're telling. They've already created some holes in the running game on this opening drive, and they're going to need to keep it up for these guys to have a big chance at victory.
On second and goal, Carr escaping the pressure right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Here are the starters defensively for the Chargers. They were very strong in that victory from a week ago.
They held them to just 13 points in the game. And truthfully, you can't expect them to play much better than that. That's excellent defense.
Two incompletions haven't moved them any closer. And likely throwing again, you'd have to think on third and goal here. They'll run with Jacobs. Call it no gain on the play, so no help there. And now fourth and goal.
This situation in the fourth quarter, you go for it. But here, take the points.
If you go for it here and don't get it, You and I are missing our plane, and we're going to the post-game press conference to hear him justify it. Because the next thing we'll see is the owner
I should have went for it, but
firing. There's no way
I
he
was
goes
just
for it
scared to
here.
be playing.
Get the field goal. It's the first half of the game. You've got time to make it up.
Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
So here's the Charger offense making their way out. They'll be led out by their veteran quarterback out of North Carolina State. It's Phillip Rivers.
In some ways, he reminds me of a past NFL great who played the quarterback position as well. Jawing with the opposition, trash talking a little bit, doesn't mind getting hit and battered around some that kind of gets him into the game. But once it's time to lock in, Phillip Rivers does that as well as any quarterback in the league.
He's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball.
Our first game was against the Broncos, or second was against the Chiefs. We beat the Broncos, lost to the Chiefs.
End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
Good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show.
Boros, or whatever the heck his
With
name
that,
is.
let's check out how the Chargers line up.
I signed up.
I don't think it's hyperbole to say that Mike Pouncey is one of the best centers in the league, and to me,
he's
he
doing
helped
all right.
usher in that new wave of centers. Agile, able to get to the second level and block people downfield, able to pull like a guard and get out in front of ball carriers, and pass protects really well, helps keep his quarterbacks clean.
Let's go.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So on 4th down, they bring on the Michigan man, Matt Wild, to kick it away. Back deep, Antonio Brown. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Fielded at about the 28. Oh, he nearly broke that one. As it stands, though, a heck of a 36-yard run back. And the Raiders will have a short field to work with as they take over. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Carr. Wilson's got it complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So a big pickup that time. And Charles, defending AFC Player of the Week, maybe bucking towards another award this week.
Yeah, they say they don't really care about the individual awards. You and I both know
they do.
It means a lot to them. It means respect around the league. And if he's able to show those kind of hands all game long, he can win a second one.
Flush to his right. Now he'll pull it down.
Touchdown, baby. Let's go.
Touchdown. Derek Carr. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Well, the defensive coverage was good, so good he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yes, sir.
I wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football? I think you'd rather take your chances.
Yeah, everybody was covered. So fuck it.
Beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson.
So slow, what the fuck?
He's got it, and now it's a 10-0 lead here in the opening quarter. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want and see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got a look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. He's airing it out for Williams. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. A look there at how the Raiders will start defensively. They're trying to cover up some holes in the secondary. Right now, bottom 5 in the league against the pass at number 28.
But they lack in pass defense. They do make up for in run defense. They're a top 10 unit against some people trying to move the ball on the ground. But this is a passing league. So there's a conundrum for them. How do they get better defending the pass?
Rivers now. He'll hit Jackson complete. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. 5 yards on the pickup, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. You know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, you know, just what they're going through, whether it's seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
He's crazy. He's checking crazy.
Carr defers to Jacobs on the draw. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Solid gain of 18 and a Raider first down. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, not get loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
Here's Carr, and that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Desmond King there on the coverage.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock Valvin away and bring up second down.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Got him in. It's Brown. But he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage afterwards.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, exactly right.
Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10.
Well, surprise, surprise. 1st and goal at the 1. No quarterback sneak. No running play. They decide to throw for it, but the pressure got to him quickly and put the quarterback down.
Sliding out of the pocket. This is caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports.
Oh no, he's still
Carr now on 3rd and goal. He's got it. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. A great job to hold him to just a yard there. Now it's 4th and goal.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Carr going to go on 4th down. And my goodness, this is incomplete. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Chargers hold tight down near the goal line. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion. Oh, he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a a safety. And Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
We play to win. Let's go.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And last time, they had a 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Desmond King picks it.
My goodness.
Let's go. Interception, baby, all day.
He had a little bit of a turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away. And that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change.
What's up, my man? I just fucking intercepted the ball.
If that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
They made goal line offense a priority on the practice field this week. This is exactly the situation they've been prepping for. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14.
You done?
Reese Hurst gets him for a loss.
5 hours later?
Great push up front.
My goodness.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
Sir.
I think we were seeing it at the same time. Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're trying to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards up 1st and 2nd down.
The kick by Fairbairn is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
And an excellent return there as he's up to the 35 and make it the 40-yard line.
And that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the
Oh, no.
Now it looks like we got a Raider here slow to get out. We'll take a break and get a report from Oakland after this.
Gosh darn it. What happened? What happened? First down, but I fucked up on Hunter Renfrow.
Now Carr on the bootleg. Lets it go for Nelson. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Casey Hayward, the Pro Bowler, there to knock it away.
And that play was what every defense was wary of. The big strike attempted downfield, but they were in excellent position. They didn't get fooled. And while he didn't come up with the interception, was able to bat the ball down.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
To throw again. Carr. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Jacobs. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Throwing his Carr on third down. And he locates Luke Wilson. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. That goes for a gain of 31.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. The big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely look for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're filing, that's a big game. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Giving him that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
Off the bootleg. Carr steps away.
Touchdown, baby.
Touchdown.
Second Derek Carr touchdown.
Derek Carr with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. He'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
What's going on, man? Oh.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. That makes this a 16-point lead. That time a 6-play drive. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away.
I'll bring in the rookie after halftime.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. So Rivers will lead the Chargers up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. The drive starts with a carry by Edwards. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Well, to me, that's taking a big gamble defensively because that alignment you see, that's normally something you see down near the goal line. Because now, if they decide to go play action, something should be open there, and I think open big.
So maybe that's something that gets filed away for later.
I think without a doubt, you write it down, and if you see that look at a later date, go ahead and take your shot.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On third down, Rivers. And that will be
no dice.
The dime look that time on defense just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. With it is Brown. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. Reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. And now this pass brought in by Brown. Solid gain of 18 and a Raider first down.
Well, for teams that like to play man coverage, running corner routes can be tough on them because of the ability of getting into it. Sometimes you're squaring it off. Sometimes you're just rounding it. Sometimes there's a fake. Sometimes there's not. That makes it very, very difficult for a DB to stay with it.
This will be caught once again by Brown. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down.
One of the selling points of the corner route is usually the receiver is able to move away from the defender. But in this case, he didn't get that far away.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Carr.
Oh,
that
shit.
is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
On second down now, it's Jacobs. And bulldozing his way through. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line.
Let's go. I know I thought you were card, bro.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
On first down, they go with Jacobs again. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders.
Touchdown.
Josh Jacobs, his second touchdown on the season. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those can be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for two. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And he's got it. So they try for two, successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. He hits the big target for the two-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Or are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
This one fielded at the 5. And it's a pretty good return here as we get it up to the 29-yard line. Here's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. It's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll start up at TIAA Stadium in Jacksonville, where it was the Jaguars who pick up the win at home. Nick Foles leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. Next, we'll stay right here in the Sunshine State, head down to Tampa, check on the Bucs. And they were winners in that one as they take care of the visiting Denver Broncos. Mike Evans, a touchdown catch in the victory.
That was a day today, sir.
Finally, we finish at MetLife Stadium to see what's going on with the Jets. And they were winners in their ball game over the visiting Buffalo Bills. 20-10 was the final. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Wait a minute. I'm good. I'm in the garage smoking a bowl. I can see the TV. Trying to kick.
Appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded at the 2. And a pretty good return. Stop just the 24-yard line.
That's good, man.
Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is a real, I'm doing it though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second.
Lost the football. It's loose. And the Raiders pick it up. And these guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free. Anything you can do to slow them down.
Well, they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. The pickup goes for 13 and sets them up first and goal.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
It's a jet sweep. This is Renfro. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be second and goal.
A lot can go wrong when you call a play like this down in the red zone, but that's where you appreciate this from your head coach. He's not afraid to trust his guys to do the right thing.
Chile rellenos, bro. Chile rellenos on fire, Jaime.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on second and goal.
You know what's my favorite, though? I love it when Catalans rajas. Especially Chile rellenos, so it's just cut. It's just cutting strips.
Josh Jacobs.
And then she puts queso Oaxaca on there, fucking crema, with some white rice on the side, and corn, bro. It's my favorite, bro. You could poison me with that shit. No lie, bro.
Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue.
And he takes off with it. It's a fake. And this fake extra point attempt failed big time. Not only did they not get it, they went backwards.
Partner, that type of a lead, and they're going to fake it
from
the 15 to try and pick
with some tortillas hechas a mano. Bro, can't go wrong with that shit, bro. Oh, my God.
Yeah, preserve that for it. That's an ancient relic, faking it. I can understand you want to rub it in a little. You fake it when you snapped it from the 3. But from the 15... mouthball that bad boy, just like my grandmother had.
Yeah.
In her attic, the stuff she used to preserve.
I stopped by, when was it? Yesterday? Yeah, yesterday, fool. I went by yesterday. My sister's like, he's in his room, but I just stopped by real quick. I should have told you what's up.
So Rivers will lead the Chargers up first and 10.
I thought you weren't there.
25-yard line. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. Benjamin's got it. Give him a couple on the catch. It's second and 8. And some concerns caused him to slip to the 5th round. I guess if you're him, the good news is you kind of flew under the radar. Maybe expectations are low. You can come in and prove something.
And a lot to prove because those off-field concerns that creep in on you, you want to prove that they're all wrong, that they don't matter, that you are a much better player than what people picture.
They added a lot of talent to a roster that really needed an infusion of youth. They got a very good infusion of youth.
And they didn't really reach to get anyone as well. They stuck to their draft philosophy, got the best players they could at the time.
Dropped the fucking ball.
And inserted them into their
Damn, could have intercepted that. Son of a gun. Damn, I feel it sucks. So it's being at that score right there. 3-3-3.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know, the rhythm seems off. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him as it is.
Where's the other quarter? What? They let that fool go? They let him go. I didn't let him go, bro. I didn't let him go. Damn. Okay. What? Said bye, quarterback. We'll bring in Brissett, bro. Let that fool put him. Well, what? That's crazy. Let's see what this guy does. Let's start twice on him. What? Oh, what? I know. I don't know. Yeah, I was already walking out. And she told me that you were in your room. I was like, gosh, shit. I thought you weren't home, to be honest with you. What? Is it? Okay. Let's see what this guy does. I'm just gonna try these foods out. Oh, that's why, because he's already pendejo.
It'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll run with Boone here. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Brissett caught by Wilson. There he goes, left side. All the way in. Touchdown, Oakland.
See, Jaime, this is what low-key, I don't want to Derek Carr good, but I feel like Brissett is a little bit more better than Derek Carr. I could feel it in the control. It's such smooth, bro. Like, I don't know. I've been struggling with Derek Carr.
That should be accompanied by bass music, right? I mean, boom, 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 and he finds his way to the end zone. Terrific play.
Carlson on for the PAT.
What?
And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays.
You're right. I remain like a bear. Yeah, I feel you. Well, I'm sick at the moment too, but I think it's already going away. I hate being sick. I mean, who doesn't? And then Mateo was sick, poor little guy. Got to have to be going back and forth to the hospital. Had a
and not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
On Monday and Tuesday. Niggas oxygen will be having no.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
A nice little completion there by Phillip Rivers. And you and I were reading the article yesterday, 5th grade. Rivers had to do a project where he had to make a poster about his dreams and aspirations. So he clipped out a football player from a magazine article and pasted his face on the helmet. That's what he wanted to be, and it turned out okay.
Not so bad. Not so bad at all. Remember, he's the son of a coach. And on that play, I think he made the old coach proud with that completion. I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
They'll go back to Edwards on 1st down. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one, and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
53, Mike. Get the ball.
On 2nd down, it's Edwards. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a yard, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
We've seen this a few times in this game. That offensive line just, I don't know if you want to call it out physical, out tough, whatever you want to use.
And what people do when that is happening, when they're getting dominated that way, they spread things out a little bit, make it more of a space game, and allow your skill position players to make a few plays out in open field.
Let's go. Crosby has that.
Max Crosby gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards.
Yeah,
and it's also
poor little guy.
4th down now.
It's been a tough one all game long.
It's
for this
so
offensive
silly,
line. They're already down big,
stuffy ass
but now
nose.
you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big
Running
way, don't you?
nose.
Just can't get out of their own way right now. And it's
Didn't have
created an
trouble.
avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them.
And now Oakland ready to take the field.
Bro,
This is sort of what you would call the putaway drive,
it
isn't
feels
it?
like
They
shit.
score here,
I didn't
especially a
have
touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you better take the spirit away from it.
And he is in. Touchdown. Josh Jacobs, 65 yards, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. But go ahead and give him the hat trick. He's been in the end zone now 3 times.
You toss your fedora first, okay? You go ahead and do that. But let's be honest about it. That 3rd one, that's the most spectacular run he's had in the ballgame. It's almost as if he's been playing his own game of, can I top this? And each run has been more spectacular than the last.
From the shotgun, it's Brissett. And that is caught. But the back judge right there to say incomplete.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, it's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this play. No, okay.
Here's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on 1st down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
To throw, Rivers. They'll set up the screen here to Justin Jackson.
That's
and
close.
boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive.
They're not ready for this.
They'll run on first down. Boom. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. Back now in the East Bay. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Brissett. He completes it to Nelson. 30, 20, and all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. J.J. Nelson, 81 yards, as his guys continue to pour it on. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the fourth quarter. And now once again, the Raiders are going to go for 2. On the bootleg, it's Brissett rolling to his left. And boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more.
Let's go.
Boy, rubbing a little salt in the wound there, going for 2 up this big.
You know, there's one time when I played, Brandon, and played against a team that was just absolutely pile driving us. And they ended up going for 2 late in the game. And I asked one of the guys, why'd you do that? He said, because we wanted to win by more. That feels like that type of situation.
Wow. Well, it could also result in a melee later, though. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Charger offense making their way back out there. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Here's Rivers. Complete. It's Henry. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one good for 13 and a Charger first.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Rivers incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Rivers. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 35.
If he's their best threat on offense, use your #1 cover guy on defense. It doesn't matter about size.
They have had it locked up. That just his first catch of the game. Big reason why they're down. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. The tackle almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
They try to throw on 2nd down, and this one is incomplete. He was looking for Travis Benjamin that time. And now it's 3rd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
That one good for 13 and a Charger first.
All right, let's just go ahead and walk through this one pretty easily, right? Blast off the line of scrimmage, get downfield to a certain point, usually around 8 to 10 yards, turn around and make sure the quarterback sees your numbers and set yourself up for the pass.
Oh, well. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Hunter Henry, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chargers are able to get a score back.
Well, I do have one word for that touchdown for you, partner. You ready?
Yeah.
Cosmetics.
Just makes things look a little better. I don't know. It's like putting lipstick on a pig.
Yeah, and it's hard to do, too. And the pig doesn't like the lipstick a heck of a lot, but you do like the fact that they're battling down the stretch, still trying to put something on the board, even though this game is over.
By the way, how rude is that to the pig? Look at all the things they give us. Pulled pork, bacon.
Pulled pork sounds nice.
Oh, look at the running back. The man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer in the end zone for a second home, because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there, and boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. Mike Boone, his first touchdown of the new season, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
There's no doubt in my mind.
And do you hear that? Do you hear the...
It's not scales, right? I don't hear scales. Do I actually hear a tune being warbled?
I think the fat lady's humming.
Yeah, she's doing more than humming. She's belting it out right now.
She's full bore.
Yeah, this thing is flat out finished.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead will swell by one more. So they hit pay dirt on just
Is it good there, Henry? Well, we're trying to go to a buffet but we couldn't find one. We found this buffet. And I got that there was one in Selma, but I don't know what it's called. Is that a good spot to go? Or I want to go to buffet, bro. There's that A1 buffet, but it's alright.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This fielded at the 2. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Raiders pick it up.
Max Crosby. Let's go. Touchdown, Max Crosby, bro. Let's go.
I'm glad we were paying attention during the rule seminar, because we learned the only time you can't advance a fumble like that is in the last 2 minutes of the game.
Right. Other than that, if that ball's out, whether forward or backwards, it's live and free for anybody.
No doubt about it. When you say free, that means he's got free reign to pick it up and go. And that's exactly what happened there. Took it in for a touchdown.
Oh man. Fuck this shit. Oh, what the fuck? Oh man, chill out, Alan.
The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for 2. Brissett toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere seeing that play. Focus. Watch it all the way in. Tuck it away.
This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Phillip Rivers now gears up to take the offense back out there. He's had quite the turnaround, Charles. At the start of the game, passing game was a little bit of a mess, but he's back on the horse, so to speak.
Love seeing how someone can rebound from a slow start or a tough start.
Damn, that
means
sounds
that they're strong
bomb,
mentally.
You're making me
They
hungry.
calm themselves down. Everyone's rallied
Speaking
around
about
them.
food right
Maybe
now,
they didn't
so.
change game planning a little bit in order to make things better for them.
A first down throw here for Rivers. Scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, second down. A second down throw for Rivers.
Sack that one. Another one. 2 sacks with Max Crosby.
Time for his second sack of the evening.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. So it's 3rd and long for the Chargers, and Rivers after the sack. And throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Well, just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to
and
wide
another
receiver
one.
on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Well, that looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Let's go. Show it.
On 1st down, Richard. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It's a loss of 4 on the 1st down play. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage. Use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And they got it inside the 10 at the 8. And that'll go for a gain of 18 on the keeper. 1st down.
All right, I don't want to get too poetic here where they talk about, the eyes being the windows of the soul. You know what else the eyes do? They see the open spaces on a field, and those eyes carry your legs to those spots, and that's what happened.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
And now we're at that stage of the game, partner, where one of our predecessors, one of the great commentators of all time, he used to sing in this situation when this game appeared to be over.
I know the fat lady's been singing for some time.
No, not her at all. This
but she's singing too.
Oh, she's
on like the 5th tune.
Yeah, she left Scales way behind, but he used to sing something about turning out the lights. The party was over.
Here's Brissett to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They attempted to fade to the back corner of the end zone unsuccessfully. And I've been with you long enough, Brandon. I know it's not one of your favorite calls.
Well, it's interesting. Before working with you, I always viewed that as you're just taking away space and you're trapping yourself in a corner. But you actually have told me they're trying to create space where space is not.
Yeah, it's a weird deal, isn't it? But you've got to just move that defender inside to create that separation and that little bit of space where there just isn't much.
So out come the Chargers. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule.
Damn, that shit sounds fire,
What they're looking for now is a little more consistency. Move the ball.
The cowgirl burger.
Get a couple of first downs.
And it comes with a tri-tip. Damn, boy, you be eating good, huh? Damn, look at that. That sounds fire, Hyman. A burger and a tri-tip. A tri-tip burger. Damn, that sounds fire.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
With some papas on the side. And a cold beer.
On a 2nd and 12.
Damn.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute
That sounds
warning.
amazing.
They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Across the formation, he's got a man. That's Allen.
Roadhouse. I think I've heard. I've seen it. It's by the freeway right there on Selma, huh? But there's like a dealership in front of it. Am I wrong or am I wrong?
Rivers. And a throw there going to be incomplete. Another incompletion. It's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
But there's another steakhouse right there in Selma.
Not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Here's Matt Wild now as he's on to punt for LA.
I always wanted to go to there's another steak place right here, but it's been where the River Park's at. I think it's called Roof Steaks or something bullshit like that. So but I've seen, I heard it's pretty bad.
And that will come the offense as they take over. Offense heading back onto the field to take over. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point.
If the food is fire, bro, 25 balls. I don't mind playing 25 balls on a good state.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. There defensively was Nasir Adderley making a nice play. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To throw, Brissett. And this one incomplete.
Dang it.
Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Brissett.
Bro, what?
And that is incomplete.
What?
Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Now Brissett. He's got a man open. It's Hunter Renfrow. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
I know, hey. She made a bunch of cake pops, but the kids ate them. And then when she gave them to her sister and to her friend, so they all went out. But when she makes more cake pops, bro, I tell her to save you some. Hopefully she makes them soon. Nah, but I'll save you some. I'll take them to you.
And now once again, they'll line up to go for
they're delicious, bro. They're fucking fire.
Brissett again.
Oh, come on.
But it's incomplete.
Smacked him out of his hand. Renfrow, come on.
Time to set up a campsite, but in the second
yeah.
Though, they were
yeah, it's hard to make some for you guys.
Places on the field. If you have that much time to throw the ball,
remember when she would make the snacks for the girl's birthday? Pretty long one.
There's not any extra field.
So cool, exactly.
And that allows you to cover a little bit better.
But for what? It's like 80 to fucking 10.
Here comes Los Angeles. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team, and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost, it was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Complete. Hunter Henry with the ground. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. And
yeah, Liz's birthday is on April 1st, basically New Year. Well, no, New Year's in spring, right?
Back-to-back good plays have them on
20th of March.
First down.
April Fool's is April Fool's for a reason, because in reality, the New Year starts in April. You can have it all. But yeah, she's born April 1st, so she's gonna be turning 14. Crazy, huh? That's fucking crazy. She's gonna be 14. God damn. How time flies, bro.
Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Just thinking about it.
It's Williams on the catch. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. A good pickup there. 8 yards of a big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different
investment. Oh shit, let's see
scoreboard. Oakland, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for our visitors,
79 points. Oh my god,
that's the most I've ever fucking
scored.
On the road.
Score. Sound like fucking music, but score. What is score?
Saying so long, everybody.
Damn, 656. Well, Kate is just a year older than me, bro. I'm 32, so her birthday's on the 29th of March, so it's coming up next week. Is her birthday. She's gonna be 33. But yeah. Got her. Yeah, 33. Yeah, just gonna buy her. She wanted an iPhone, so got her an iPhone. I'm gonna get her an iPhone. I got Luce an iPhone for her birthday too. Yeah, but yeah, bro. I got a Max Crosby jersey for her birthday and some Adidas sneakers, some pinche botas. Oh, that's crazy. Basically, so they're my generation. See, look. 0 touchdowns with Carr. Are you serious? Nah, but that was a halftime. 3 touchdowns. Passing. OMG. So, I think I know who I'm going to keep. Dun, 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 dun. To be honest with you, I'm going to keep I'm going to keep Jacoby Brissett over Derek Carr. Look at this. exactly, bro. You're 23, my boy. You're like basically like 11 years younger than me. So I got these two players that I need to basically negotiate. But look, Hankins is cool, but it's another person better than Hankins. It's Hurst. But we don't need a cornerback or defense. What's that? Tackle? Defensive tackle?
It's lonely on top of the throne. I ain't a king of the pawn. Hop on the jet across the road. I guess the road is my home. aiming to so many mil, cause bird in my dome like turbulent air. I'm switching these flows. If you look at my neck, boy, I'm letting it know I'm sturdy as hell as a vessel alone. They showing me love in my city. Gangs ain't hippies. Women like Nick, you know what I'm about. I'm not your stereotypes. They do not fit me. I'm bigger than life. Give everyone dogs.
I'm gonna try to put these foods for trade. Let's see.
I just want all of the deuce of the world. I'm worried about taking a couple of L's. Don't sin for me, just win for me. Don't kill for me, just live for me. Keep it real for me. We eat together, leave the bill for me like. Hand on my heart.
Pittsburgh office murder. Round 3, pick 72. 6.
Take it higher, that's a god. Hand on my heart, so I give it all I got.
Who is this? Wait, can I see the play? I can't see the play. Can't run 2 Why can't I see what the fuck?
Determination, laser focus, banging on they taking notice. Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pound. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Step back, let me get some room. Congrats every time I'm through. Same packet of what he knew, so I never get confused. Hotel get a bird's eye view, hotel get a waiting room. Read a magazine while you wait for me, baby, I'll be done so soon. Phone gotta be off, each store got locks, I got some busted shoes. 10K on the countertop, don't look so shocked, it's nothing new. Death comes in 3s, wins come in 2s, cash comes in 1s. Throw it up, celebrate some news. I do a good job, pull up and pop out and pull out. Head on and hood on, pedal to metal. When I put my foot on, I got to put on. I got a bad one, they wanna keep me. Oh, that's a good one. Pockets are dense, I think my bread is hard as a crouton. Receipts in my pocket don't come with a coupon. Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same.